Well, Somalian pirates, Arab uprisings and the Eurozone crisis, they all trigger the same effect in the corporate world, and that is a phone call to a private security firm. It might be hiring guards for top executives or working out a backup plan in case of strikes in southern Europe. I spent a day with a close protection team, and this is how it went.
I'm Joe.
Hi, I'm Sean.
Hi, I'm Jerry.
And my name's Stuart.
Meet the close protection team. Already from military backgrounds, they're almost at the end of 3.5 weeks of additional intensive training.
Hello, Sean.
Now it's time to put them through their paces with a high-profile celebrity. Or failing that,
Pretty disconcerting that every time you step out of the house, there are hordes of people around you. But the good news is, I get to be driven around. And for a closet diva like me, that's worth a lot.
well, not that closet, actually, but we'll come back to that later. The point is that whatever I do, wherever I go, they are there with me. One car goes on ahead to check a venue is secure and assess potential threats. In this instance, it turned out that the most dangerous person at the tennis club was the coach. The second most dangerous was me. So what does it take to do a good job?
To check continually what's going on around you, persons, objects, places, that sort of thing.
Well, the training involves tactics for if an incident occurs with the principal. If it means manhandling them into the car, that will be done.
Later, a business lunch. The restaurant is checked before my arrival, fire exits and toilets are located, then a suitable table.
Delta 1, Delta 2, on location.
The team leader keeps a lookout. My bodyguard stays close to me.
Roger.
So I sign off now at this very dangerous assignment at a restaurant in West London. Well, here's the very safe Stephen Armstrong, maybe you don't want to be described in that way, an author of War plc, The Rise of the New Corporate Mercenary. Stephen, I'm not going to ask you how they did. Why is this such a booming industry?
There's two reasons. One, because of the package you were talking about, which is that the Western government's defence spending is contracting. It is much, much cheaper to hire a private security firm to guard an embassy than it is to put a battlefield battalion of infantry in place. But also because there's the rise of corporations and individuals who feel very unsafe. Security is a huge business. We're seeing the rise of walled communities, gated towns, this idea that the rich want to be kept away from the rest of us. So there's two great growth areas for them, and both of them are as a result of the changing times.
I suppose with defence budgets being cut, it is a boom time for people who are coming out of the army.
That's right, because what you're finding is as regiments are disbanded, there'll be soldiers, usually it's the older ones who go with their voluntary redundancy, they're 35 years old, they could go into being a truck driver, or they could go and earn $500 a day doing what they were previously doing. I mean, why wouldn't you, in a sense?
And they're not just in rural England, of course. I mean, they are in Afghanistan and all over the world.
Yes, I mean, the British private security industry is probably the most active in many ways. I mean, the Americans are largest because America's America. But then comes the UK, and we're in Afghanistan, we're in Iraq, we're in South America doing hostage rescue, all parts of Africa. And some of the large, the famous G4S, for instance, guards something like 40 embassy groups around the world. It runs street cleaning programs in Cape Town. They're vast industries.
And people feel it's money well spent, briefly, don't they?
Well, yes, until things go wrong and someone shoots someone when they shouldn't, such as in Baghdad in Nisol Square. So it's not all joyful growth.
Thank you very much indeed, Stephen Armstrong, for joining us there, author of War plc.